No. I gotta actually. Hopefully it's up and running. Should be up and running. Should be going. Everything should be going. Yeah, I know. I'm getting people sending me texts. Hey, what the hell's going on? All right, now should be running. So I gotta lean to the right a little bit. All right, so I'm center. All right, we're live stream. We are up and running. Hopefully, I got to double check on one of the accounts here, and should be working. All right, it's working. Okay, I got to shut my thing off and just start doing my talking. What a pain in the ass. Every time there's always something that goes on with this thing, but it's probably the operator. It's probably me. All right, so if you guys are wondering, title of the episode 5, Baby Daughter Flakes, so I'm going live. My baby girl Jackie, hopefully she is watching. Don't know if she is or not. I called her. I haven't seen her in a while. She's out in Ventura, and she's in esthetician school. I'm gonna do a little warm up with a H. Taylor single barrel. I only got a little bit left. I think that's a little bit too much for a warm up for her, but I call her up and I ask her. I go, hey, look, I'm not a quitter. All right, I'm doing it. I killed it. It's a fat pour. Don't know if I'll be able to finish it. I call her up and I go, hey, look, I know you need people that come in. You know, I'm not gonna get my eyelashes. I've gone in, help her out. She gets points in her school. I go, hey, how about if I come out like Thursday or Friday to see Tater Dom? Right on. How's it going, man? Good to have you in here. Call her up and I go, hey, see if you want us to come in, take you out to lunch, dinner, whatever. Then we can go to school, do whatever. You can wax the shit out of me because that's what wax my arm so first because she has to earn points. And because that's what dads do, I guess. To help their kids out, get through stuff. And she goes, okay, I'll let you know. So Tuesday rolls around, and if anyone knows her, ever since she was a little girl, she's very, very mean. We used to nickname her the rattlesnake because everyone, me and my wife were afraid to, go in and wake her up for school. So we had to, there's always a fight outside the door, and it's like, no, I'm not waking her up. No, it's your turn. No, it's my turn. So it's back and forth. Yeah, I figured out the tech difficulties. Yeah, I know. It's me. It's me. I think I got everything all set up, and then when it's time to go, I screwed it up. So Wednesday comes around, I finally give her a call, and I go, hey, look, do you want us to come over there or not? She goes, well, the school's no longer taking guests in. It's just appointments, so people that make appointments there, they pay a cheaper price to get whatever done, like facials, waxing, eyelashes, whatever, stuff that they're learning how to do, and there's no openings. I'm like, okay, you could have told me that, can I still come out and see you? It's just my girl. Love her to death. She's doing her thing. She's busy working and going to school at the same time. So she's kicking ass, but just let me know. And then I had to FaceTime her, and she, at least I got her to smile a little bit. So I was going to do the live stream yesterday, along with every other person on YouTube doing live streams on Thursdays. And I just got busy doing stuff, didn't get around to it. And here I'm here on Friday. And usually Fridays, not a whole lot of live streaming because people will understand that people go out, spend time with their families, go out to dinner, have busy during the weekend, especially Mother's Days out there on Sunday, which I'm going to go out and see Jackie with Mom. So we're going to have like a brunch or something. So I think it'll be fun. It's always good to get out towards the beach. Beautiful days out here. It's warming up here in California. So that's the title. That is the title of this live stream. My baby girl made me, and I was too lazy yesterday to do the live stream here on Friday. So, all right, Jeff joined us. Thank God Jeff's in here. I got a good little story here. I think Jeff can help me out with some particulars that I may have forgotten, but Christmas time comes around, I don't ask for anything. This, obviously 2023 Christmas time comes around, I don't ask for anything for Christmas because I don't. Because I'd rather give to the kids, give them gifts. Now that I got grandkids, I don't. I don't ask anything. I'd rather have gifts. And the best gifts I ever got as a parent was the gifts the kids made in elementary school. Like the hand from the turkey thing for Thanksgiving, the brick that's painted like a snowman. Cool stuff like that. It's a personal thing. So I like those gifts, best. So unless kids make me something like that, I like the personalized gifts like that ever since they were little kids, and I still do, so I don't need any. But my wife thinks spending a substantial amount of money on a gift makes it the best gift. And in this case, it was a kick-ass gift. She got me and my buddy Jeff and his wife got the same thing, a gift to go to Kentucky, Louisville, Kentucky, to do, check out the Bourbon Trail, Whiskey Row, things like that. So hotel, airfare, a book trip. So I'll go into detail on that in just a little bit. But we went the end of April, so I think it was like the 26th through the 29th we were out there. Obviously, flights on each end. So I got to say, I had so much fun. Oh, and our buddies, somehow they found out that that's the gift that Jeff and I got from, Shannon, Jeff's wife, and my wife. They go, hey, can we go? I'm like, fuck yeah, let's go. So Ron, a good friend of ours, and his brother, Paul, also like, bourbon whiskeys. They go, fuck, let's go. So I'll get to that story in just a little bit. Another top cool thing that I had going on, been busy doing shit. My middle kid, Madeline, hopefully she's on, and the she's pregnant. I got a 3-year-old grandkid, Matthew. He's a maniac, love him. He's a boy, just a madman. Love it. He's a good kid. Great kid, full of energy, and that's how kids should be. Run around, breaking stuff. That's what boys do. Boys do that. So my daughter was pregnant again. She was getting close to the end. She was like, when we were out in Kentucky, 38 weekish. So she's, fatigued, tired, worn out, going through nursing school. She's got finals, she decided to stack her plate pretty high. So she, I get back and I have another grandchild, beautiful girl, and 7 pounds, healthy, 7 pounds, 10 ounces, and she's a little redhead, just like my daughter. Beautiful, beautiful girl. So healthy, that's the most important thing. Elena. So, and I just want to say congratulations to Maddie and Ricky for giving me another grandkid. Thank you very much. And with the whole stacking of things on her plate, they're moving in 2 weeks. She just graduated. Congratulations from nursing school. Just kicked ass doing that. That was yesterday. Yesterday was her, they call it pinning, the ceremony. Yeah, it looks like just you and Tater right now. Hopefully other people join in. So I gotta at least, just probably going, yeah, you don't need to talk about it because they're not online. But, they might be watching, who knows. They can always jump in the chat if they want. So she graduates, cool ceremony. And she's coming out next week. And I kind of wanted to do this one either yesterday or next week, but since, they're coming out here before they head up to Idaho, I don't think I'd have enough time with that little kid running around and having a pool in the backyard. So I think I'm just going to do it today, be a safer bet on the whole thing. Yeah, no, I don't know why, I'm looking at the chat too, why Ron and Paul can't figure out how to um, figure out a computer or his phone. It should be on his phone. If you just put a text out, yeah, they should know how. They'll figure it out. And they can also just, hey, Ron and Paul, I know you guys are trying to figure out your phones to get on YouTube. Just click on the channel here, and you can actually jump on the comments, and you can actually chat along with us and talk shit and say whatever you want and just have fun. So that's why I'm doing the live stream today. So kind of twofold. You know, I got the grandkid, and the grandkid's coming out next week, and then yesterday I just got lazy, I ran out of time, and I'm doing this now. So I'm knocking this thing out. But the main, you know, now I'm going to go back into the main reason why I'm doing this is you know, I'm excited. So I just told you about the Kentucky trip we got for our Christmas gifts. So we all piled up, and I actually have a couple clips. So it basically, it was a Thursday. We flew out. You know, it was a long day. It was all day flying out there, and it was it just because, you know, I think we went to from Burbank to Denver to Kentucky. You know, layovers, stuff like that. It's an all day thing. So when we got in there Thursday night, it looked like a ghost town when we first got there. But the bottle I had on the screensaver before this was Barstown Discovery Series number 11. I don't know if you guys can see that, Discovery 11. And I will discuss this in just a little bit with talking about the trip that we did. So when we got in there, we ended up getting our hotels. Jeff and I stayed at the Repeal. I believe it's Repeal, Main and First on the northwest corner. Great looking hotel, great, you know, ambiance. It's just a very cool hotel. And we shared a room. We had, you know, two queens in there, and, you know, we fit. You know, we make it work. And Ron and Paul, his brother, they stayed right across the street in another hotel. So, you know, dropped all our shit off and went down to get because we're hungry. You know, you don't really eat in an airport. I think we had breakfast in Burbank, and that was it. Went to a hamburger place just right around the corner on Washington and First, just backside basically of the hotel. And it was I can't think of the name of the restaurant, but the guy, that partial owner of it, is the guy that's on The Walking Dead, that has the crossbow, whatever. He's a part owner with another guy, and we walk in. Distill. I'm sorry. What did I say? Repeal. I'm sorry. Distill. Hotel Distill. See, that's why I'm glad you're here, Jeff. And if you can get the restaurant, Repeal was the restaurant. Okay, Repeal was the restaurant in the Distill, right? If I got that right. And the restaurant we went to, we walk in, and there wasn't anybody in there. So this is Thursday night, so everything's pretty much quiet in that downtown Louisville area. And the guy pokes his head out, one of the waiters, yeah, we're open, come on in, grab a seat, anywhere you want to go. So we end up, eating dinner, having, had some burgers, whatever, and it was good. And ended up calling it a night. Well, the next day was our book tour, the tour that we had planned. And we, the wives, I guess, or Shannon, booked it all through Bluegrass Bourbon Tours. So they basically just dumped us out, and they ended up, they go, all right, pick up is whatever time, we're getting up, doing our thing, got ready. I'm going to open up this Barstown Discovery Series 11. I'm going to open this thing up and give you some notes on this thing. I actually had this, because this is a fresh crack. I haven't opened it up yet. We end up having this, I think, probably on, what day was that? Saturday or Sunday. But so Friday, we go outside to wait for our ride. So the lady pulls up, and an SUV, look like a suburban type. So you get two big, four big dudes that just get lumped in there. And I'm the lightest. Maybe Paul's a little bit, my size. I'm about 205. Everyone else is, taller and heavier and thicker than I am. So we load up in this thing, and yet we had to wear collared shirts. So you'll see some clips in here that I've saved. Hopefully you guys will be able to see it. We had to wear collared shirts, and if all the guys, I hate wearing pants. So if you wear a collared shirt, you got to wear pants. So I'm wearing jeans and a t-shirt, jeans and a collared shirt, and we all dressed look nice because we're going to go to a very nice steakhouse afterwards at the end of the day. But the tour, I'll tell you what, that lady was great. She made sure we were on time. She told us, hey, look, for lunch, you guys got 10 minutes to eat. No problem. We wolfed down food. So it started off, we went to Maker's Mark. Beautiful area there. Beautiful tour. They had a little bar there. I think we jumped in there. Hey, Shannon. We jumped in there, went to the bar, and we started drinking. Hey, the bar's open. We started drinking. So we, got a couple glasses and started the tour. Learned a lot. Very cool. The way they do stuff, the way they operate, the way they, they make Maker's Mark stuff, and did some tastings. I think one of the funny parts is, we had another group, a couple that were from Tennessee, in our group doing the tour, and they did their tastings, but all of us, we finished all our glasses in the tastings, and as we're walking out, they're all kind of looking, should we drink their stuff? Because they left a bunch of booze sitting in the glasses, but we didn't. Maybe Jeff did because he was behind me. Maybe took a sip out of their stuff. So that tour's great. The Bluegrass Bourbon Tour gal just loaded us up, and I think she, from there, shot us over to, I think we went to Heaven Hills then. So we go into Heaven Hill, did the tour. It was fun. It was a good time. We ended up doing that tour. Learned a lot. It was good. A lot of stuff. And, every the tour, because mind you, all of these that I'm talking about on Friday, we had to drive distance out into, the countryside to get to. And it's beautiful country out there. Beautiful grass, beautiful homes, it's just beautiful farms out there. And you see all the rick houses. I think it's a beautiful place to live, and we picked a great time to go out there. A little breezy, wasn't hot. I think it rained 5 minutes on us, and it was really no big deal. So we go to Heaven Hills, and we end up, doing the tour there. Yeah, it was good, but if I had to pick out of all three, Heaven Hill came in last on the tour aspect of it. And then you go through the gift shop, and they didn't really have anything that just stood out. Oh, and when we, at Maker's Mark, we ended up getting our own, Maker's Select bottles. We all got one different. I think I ended up getting the chocolate chip cookie dough, and, when we get together, we'll crack them open, taste them. I think it'll be a fun time doing that. And just, doing the tasting on those special bottles, and we dip our own, stuff in the red wax for the topper. So it was fun. So we ended up going from Makers to, Heaven Hill. It was great. It was fun, but wasn't as good as Makers. And while we were there taking pictures just outside, you'll see a picture, that I'll send in just a sec here, of us standing in front of the truck. We did it. This guy walks up, and he had an old Fitzgerald that just came out. This last old Fitzgerald that, the last release, and it wasn't open. Private Select, yeah, the Maker's Mark Private Select. So this guy comes up and he has a bottle, and I'm like, hey dude, where'd you get that? Because we didn't see it inside the store. He goes, oh no, I waited in line because it just, I guess when they drop them, people wait out in line, they know ahead of time. And I'm like, oh, hey, good for you. He goes, oh yeah, I'm going to take some pictures, with the truck so I can put it online. He goes, yeah, I've already been offered 800 bucks for this or 1,000 bucks for this. I'm going to put it online and see if I can get more. You never saw 4 dudes that wanted to beat him up. I'm sitting there going, man, you're lucky we got a little control, because I think that's completely wrong. You doing what you're doing, because he bought it for what, 300 bucks, you know, high 200s, probably 300 bucks, and he's going to turn around and sell it. I think, and Jeff agrees with me. If you're going to buy some booze, buy it to drink, because you're screwing up the secondary market, by doing stuff like that, selling it online, and plus it's illegal, from what they say, but no one's going to go after them. So, I don't know. So we got away with that. So we take off. She drops us off. We go to a little hometown country burger place. I thought that was probably one of the best burgers I've ever had. So this trip is so much fun. We wolfed this thing down, tasted great, load back up. Now we go to Jim Beam. Jim Beam was a lot of fun. Great tour. And that's probably where, I did the big spending on buying some bottles there. So yeah, like the private select that we got, I think they were like 70 bucks, 75 bucks. I don't know, something in that range. You got to dip it at Maker's Mark and, you did it. Little novelty thing. So, a lot of fun. Here, you know what? Now you know, we went to 3 distilleries on Friday. So I think I got a slideshow, and I don't know if you can hear me talking behind the slideshow, but you might be able to. So here's the slideshow. And there's the truck. All right, so that slideshow, those are all photos taken by Jeff. Jeff's a very good photographer, and actually he is out doing some work on the East Coast right now, and I'm guessing he might be in Philadelphia, last I heard, and taking pictures. Love it. So, he does photography work, takes some pictures of cool stuff, sports, concerts, special events, things like that. So, Jeff, you want to put your stuff up there, so if anyone out there that interested in your work, you can go ahead and post that, but I'll leave that up to you. And so from there we go to we do the whole Jim Beam thing, and then we come out of there and go into their little area where you can buy stuff and shirts, knickknacks, bottles, things like that. I end up picking up a Jim Beam 15-year, the Lineage. Comes in a box, very cool. I think Jeff got one too. I can't remember if Ron or Paul got one of those. End up picking up a Booker's, the 2024-1, the latest one they've released. So and then end up getting a Jim Beam Double Oak Twice Barrel. I don't know. And they said that you can only get these things in Kentucky. That's why I'm getting it. I actually tasted it the other day, and I think it tastes pretty damn good. But right now, I'm going to give you a little bit of rundown on this one here. This is the Barstown Bourbon Company Discovery 11. So just remind me, we're still in Jim Beam before we go from there, because I'm sure I'm going to have to ask Jeff what the name of that restaurant is that we went to afterwards, because that was just a overload of bottles. This Barstown Bourbon Discovery 11 Barstown Bourbon Company, the distilleries of Barstown and undisclosed, is 118.1 proof. It's a blend of 6, 10, 13 years. And the mash bill, there's a shitload. But the prominent one that's in there is 73% of a 13-year-old 75 corn, 13 rye, and 12 malt and barley, which is the same. Rumor has it this is wild turkey that's in here. But then you got 21% of a 10-year and 6% of a 6-year. And the MSRP is 140 bucks. I think I paid 139 for it. So I paid 140 bucks. But they had these. There was plenty of them out in the Barstown Bourbon Company on Main Street, Watch Hill proper. Okay, so this thing is very tasty, very good. We actually, got a flight when we were in there. I think Saturday maybe, but this Watch Hill proper is a very good restaurant. Very nice. So we had reservations. That's why we were in, pants and collared shirts, because, it's a fancy, good steakhouse basically with over 2,000 bottles of booze. So yeah, on this one you get raisin, you get some vanilla on this, and some maple syrup on there. I think it does taste 118 proof, but it's good. I can't say, hey, yeah, this is wild turkey, because I'm not that good. I don't think a lot of people are. They just go based off of what the mash bill is and what most distillers use, pretty much the same mash. So we spent a lot of. I think the winner on distilleries that we spent on money on was probably Jim Beam, because we got some good bottles there that we probably wouldn't see out here in California. Definitely not the Double Oak, because I heard that was only out in Kentucky. And the Lineage, I saw it in an airport, and I think that was like 250 bucks, and I think that's what we paid for it. Yeah, it's a lot of money, but it's a once in a lifetime trip, and we did good doing that. So after that, she loads us up, boogies us over the Watch Hill proper, and it's in a kind of like a community, a very nice community. Oh, okay. Dylan. All right, Mr. Dylan. All right, I guess it's is that Jimmy, like in Shannon and Jimmy? So we go in there, and as soon as you walk in, they got probably 2 stories of bottles, all up and down. They got a ladder they got to roll back and forth. So we sit down, and they give us a book, and this thing, it's a 3-ring binder, a book of pages that you can select what you want. And I think what all everyone did on there, we definitely got a flight. We've been working hard, and I even fell asleep in the car ride, just resting my batteries up. And I know, Jeff took a picture, sent it, and I'm like, hey, dude, I'm tired. I took a 5-minute nap. I had to. So, man enough to, I had to take a nap. Fell asleep, getting old. So, we go in there, and I think, to me, I think it was overwhelming because they had so many bottles that you were able to choose from. So I think we just kind of narrowed it down to what we haven't had a chance to taste. Bottles that we may never ever be able to get based on price and availability and things like that. I think we picked that. And I think my flight, I can't even remember what my flight was. I know I grabbed an Old Carter. I know I'm not going to be able to get an Old Carter. I got an Eagle Rare. I get plenty of that. I just needed that to mix it up. I got a 13-year wild turkey, and I got something else. And Jeff had his selection too. So it was, this whole trip, I think I can sum it up. We got to taste some really good bottles that we would probably never ever be able to get, based on availability and, price and things like that. So, and I think we took advantage of it. Yeah, you paid a little bit of a price for it, but I think it was worth it, and hopefully it's not a once in a lifetime chance. I'd like to go back and do it again. I think it'd be a lot of fun. Check out a few other distilleries, that are further east. But so we go there, had a great steak, and I think we all had pretty much steaks, I think, for dinner. And it capped off a very good, tour that was planned. And, I'll remember it forever because I thought it was that much fun. So we get back, kind of change up. Got rid of my pants. We go out, and I think it was Friday night, and now the place is rocking. And I guess just right down the street is the Louisville Stadium, Louisville, Kentucky Stadium for the college. And I guess they had the PBR there. So you had a bunch of cowboys walking around, good nightlife, good bars, singing, live bands. It was a lot of fun out there. So that night, we went and had a few more tastes of some, at the bars, had a little bit of food, and we called it a night because we've been going for, probably, by then 14, 15 hours by then. So we just need to crash out. So we crash out, wake up, I get up early. So I got up early, and lo and behold, got a mini marathon running through the streets. They had a marathon running down the streets. So I brought the camera everywhere, and I still have to edit. I just threw in the slideshow of just some of the stuff that we did. I thought it would be kind of cool. I'm drinking, not talking much about this thing, but it's cinnamon vanilla. I got a raisin on here, so this is a great bottle. If you guys can find it, it's worth 140 bucks. 140 bucks. So Saturday we wake up, we go get breakfast somewhere, and we're ready to walk. So we're going to walk everywhere because we're on basically Main Street. You go east is towards like Angel Envy and stuff like that. You go west, that's where a lot of the places are at. You're getting Michner's, you're getting Bardstown. I think Michner's actually the distillery. I think the Bardstown isn't the distillery, it's just a storefront, I'm guessing. But it's like fancy. It was probably the fanciest one. Michner's is very nice. You go further down the road and you cross the tracks, and that's what it pretty much seemed like because there's no one out. Don't know, Peerless. So we end up going down to Peerless first. So we started off in Peerless, and we end up going there, doing some tastings. It was good. I don't think anybody walked out with any Peerless that day. I don't think so. But I like Peerless. Their ryes are good. And they had a couple there that were special, like the double oak ryes and I think a cask strength or I think maybe a cask strength bottle of the bourbon whiskey. So, but they did everything there. Everything was there at that place. So that was kind of interesting. Very cool. Looks like an old warehouse. It was cool how they worked it. So we ended up working our way back, and I think we stopped off, and then we went to, I want to say Michner's. I can't remember if Michner's was Saturday or Sunday, but we went to Michner's, had a blast there, drank there, and I think we did the Bardstown, had a great time there too. And this was in one of the flights, and because I knew it was good, I just haven't opened the bottle yet. That's why I wanted to open it up for you guys. We end up, so we got a flight with that. And one thing good about all the guys, Jeff, Ron, and Paul, I couldn't have gone with, better dudes because none of us are, cheap asses counting pennies. We all took turns, because it all kind of evened out. One day I'd buy breakfast, or one day I'd buy, everyone the flights, or, Jeff would do it, or Ron, or Paul. We all took turns. And it all equaled out. Everything all pretty much equaled out. We bought our own bottles, but when it came to, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, we all took turns. So, except for at the fancy one, we bought our own separate because it was pretty fucking expensive. But but that's fun, and, no, I don't think anybody got ripped off, and no one paid more than the other. If anything, maybe someone paid an extra 25 bucks over everything, but it all ended up working out just fine. So, you can't ask, going with all those dudes, it was a lot of fun. So we did the tastings. I think we, like I said, Michner's, great place. Ended up going upstairs, going to the bar, did a flight, and of course, I'll probably never get a 10-year bourbon, so I got that, and probably one of their ryes and cask strength. You get the flights that you kind of pick, but they were kind of, like 1, 2, and 3. You kind of pick which one. I wanted to get the 10-year, bourbon whiskey that they had, and because I don't think I'll ever be able to get it unless I'm lucky getting that bottle down the road. So that was that day. Oh no, and then we headed back, and Old Forester is probably 100 yards from our hotel. So we dipped into there, and if you guys saw in that slideshow, they gave you an option of 2, maybe 3 different flights. And I know Jeff and I got the flight of the birthday bourbon, the 117, and the presidential. And if I have to say, out of the whole trip, that is probably the best flight I had out of all of them. Those are also probably the 3 bottles that I'll probably never get, just based on availability and what the prices are going for them. So hopefully, and I'm assuming Jeff probably thinks the same way. They were great tasting bottles. So if anybody out there in the chat, if you ever get a chance to get one, don't go crazy paying over it. The 117, the presidential, or the birthday bourbon, splurge, because it's going to be good. Only thing I got walking out of the store at Old Forester was a t-shirt, and I wore that yesterday. So then Sunday, mind you, we're walking everywhere. Sunday I wake up, do my thing, kind of quiet. Nightlife's great out there, especially on Friday and Saturday night. Nightlife is good. Bars are going, live music, good times. Went in, had a little shared a hors d'oeuvre or whatever. Just had a good time. It was a lot of fun. We end up. So Sunday we get up, have breakfast. From what I can remember, I think it was an omelet. I had a great omelet. It was so good at a bar. We're sitting at a bar that we were drinking in the night before. Now, Angel Envy is on the other side, going east down Main Street. So we cruise over there, go in there, do the tastings, and I don't think anybody bought anything out of Angel's Envy, but it was so good. But the guy from Peerless goes, "Hey, you guys got to take a trip. It's a little bit of a walk from here, but it's on the east side of where your guys' hotel's at. It's called Evergreen Liquor, and the guy Tom in there is great dude. I'm like, all right, so we knew that Saturday, and we were thinking about heading over there on Saturday, but it was on the other side, so we go, hey, look, we'll just save it for Sunday, because we're going to be on the east side there. I'll tell you right now, I had so much fun. We go walking in there. Yeah, Louis the Fifth. Love it, man. So we end up going from Angel's Envy, walking, and we end up going over to Evergreen Liquor Store, and here is a picture of us in front of Evergreen. The guy in the middle is Tom, kind of runs it. Him and a bunch of buddies own a bunch of the liquor stores, same type of liquor stores within that Louisville, area there. And that's us just doing our thing. And this is a little bit of a video, just us walking out. And that poor guy you can see in the right corner there, he got suckered in, and he thought he was blended in somehow with us. So we just had a good time shooting the shit with him. He was a good sport, great sport. He rolled with the punches. He did good. So we go in there, and first thing out of Tom's mouth was, "Hey, yeah, you guys just missed the tasting." And I'm like, "Fuck, man, we've been walking our ass off. My calves are sore. I don't know why I'm sore. Am I walking funny? My shoes too tight? I didn't know." And poor Jeff got a little hitch in his giddy up. I'm like, "Dude, you okay?" He goes, "Man, we've been walking a long time." I go, "Did you have one of those apps?" He pulls up his, how many steps. We were walking 6 to 7 miles on Saturday, and 6.5 miles on Sunday. Just, we're walking everywhere. So we're drinking, partying. By the time you get to the next place, we're pretty much dried out because it all sweated out of us because we're walking. So, at least we got our steps in from what from what they say. You got to get your steps in. We go inside that evergreen, and I'm like, all right, this guy, yeah, whatever. So we're looking at what they have on the shelves, reasonably good prices on everything they had on the shelves. But behind where he was serving up drinks, it looked like a little bar. He had some great bottles up there, and I think we end up getting a few. I walked out. I think I bought one bottle, and it's James E. Pepper because we tried it, and everyone loved it. And I got one. Jeff got one. I can't remember if Ron or Paul got one. They may have gotten one too. And I was unsure of James E. Pepper. I don't know the history. I know just a little bit because I bought when I was up in Idaho. Couldn't find anything. Idaho's got, it's a state-run liquor thing. And I could not find anything, but I got a pepper, a James Pepper. It was a bottle and bond, just a, 100 proof, whatever it was. And it was tasty, but it was thin. But the history I know about the James E. Pepper, and I saw this one out here. They call it the, the hourglass or whatever bottle. They, I guess what they did is someone bought the company. They end up bringing up the, they end up bringing, I think they're the guys that do the 1776, I think that bottle, but they source, the booze inside, I think from MGP, whatever. But they sourced it, and then they, to give them time so they can distill their own stuff, came out with those bottles, did the bottle and bonds. I think the rye, I think Jeff has the cast strength rye, or the single barrel rye, which is good. Tasted it, great bottle. But then they came out with this thing, and this thing got big. This is basically, it's from James Pepper Distillery, released October 2023. It's 105.4 proof, no age statement, but they say it's at least 5.5 years. Mash bill is undisclosed. Trying to comment, but YouTube isn't letting me. I know. I don't know. Everyone else is somehow getting on there. You just go down, Ron, just go down to the comment thing, hit on it, and you can type, and then hit send. Because I'm getting a text from Ron, asking. So everyone else is able to do it. That's the James E. Pepper decanter. That's it. So I saw it, wasn't too sure about it, and we got a drink of it, and at Evergreen, and it's fucking great. So I know me and Jeff ended up getting one. But at the same time, we were drinking old fashions. We're drinking stuff that we don't have, that we interested in getting. So I know Paul ended up walking out with a box. He bought a whole shitload of bottles, and that's that rolls in. And with this thing here, it's an undisclosed mash bill, $65, and I think we got it. It was like $59 there, $60, whatever. So Tom was a very good dude. He knew his stuff, and it's, and a lot of these big YouTubers and people that are on the internet and stuff like that, they go to his places, and because he's not there to rip you up. He's there to make a living, and you got to remember, Kentucky's pretty much the heart of, bourbon whiskey. So it's, of course you got the, Indiana and Tennessee. You got other things, but it's so much down there. And he didn't really try and rip us off, but we weren't really looking for anything out of the ordinary except for the 150-year. Who sponsors the Kentucky Derby? What booze company? Anybody out there? Yeah, if you're talking about the James E. Pepper, yeah, there's different batches, and I'll read the top off for you just a sec. Woodford Reserve, they had the 150th Kentucky Derby, which was the next weekend, which is going to be a madhouse down there, in Kentucky and Louisville and all the places by the racetrack. They had the 150th anniversary. I think it was 15-year Woodford Reserve, and they were, I think it was like a $15,000 barrel bottle in a box. Fancy, yeah. None of us bought that thing. So I'm reading the neck on this thing. It says barrel proof 54.3, so it's 108.6. Let me see what I tell you. 108. Yeah, this one's 108.6. This is batch number 0028. So this is batch 0028, and I'm sure Jeff probably got the same thing. So I'm going to pour a glass of this thing, and we'll see what it's supposed to be. Yeah, it's kind of cool. Great looking bottle. Different. I don't know. This is one of those decanters that you kind of go, I'm going to keep it around for a little while because it just looks cool. It's kind of like the Frank August thing. You'd make a good decanter out of it. So you guys got that right. Let me see what some of the guys are saying here. Ron Lopez, 15,000. Yeah, 15,000 Woodford Reserve. I think it was a 150 year. Only 150 bottles. Oh, okay. I thought it was a 15 year. My bad. 150 year. Is that possible? It's a 150 year anniversary of the Kentucky Derby, but it was a 15 year booze inside. Is that correct? And it was 150 bottles, and it was 15K. That's what I'm guessing. I don't think they got 150 year stuff that's been sitting in barrels. That been around for a while. So with this, yeah. So Ron's in. Good. See, all you had to do is hit the comment and start typing. Louis, sweet spot. All right. Yeah, Ron has joined the chat. 150th anniversary. Yes, I know. I'm not sure now. My decanter says batch 0. Oh, God damn, 06. So yeah, I'm far along here. I'm number 28 on my on the neck on this thing, from what it says. So this is good. I don't want to pick a fight with Jeff. It's kind of fruity on there, and I almost wanted to say apricot, but yeah, it might be some fruity type thing on there. Some grapes on there. Yeah, I'm getting a little apricot. Sorry, Jeff. And the funny story is, if you guys saw the last release of my batch 27 or whatever one, the last review I did, Jeff was working and he texts me and Jason and he goes, "Hey, dude, I don't think I've ever tasted any apricot in any of the whiskeys that I've tasted." He goes, "Right now," and he has a picture of it, of a cut open apricot, because he's sitting doing work. He's got it cut open, he's eating the apricot. He's like, "Nothing I've ever tasted is like an apricot." It's just kind of a funny story. Jeff, yeah, it was good. Good to have good friends that you can fucking rag on constantly. Rag on him because he hadn't, he doesn't taste apricot, and take pictures of someone sleeping in a car from drinking too much. Yeah, this one is actually pretty good. I'm going to take a sip on this thing. Yeah, I'm getting cinnamon, raisins, a little bit of peach on there. I smell the apricot, tasting the peach. And some grape on there. I'm going again. This baby, wrong glass. This baby is actually pretty good. If anybody out there that can see this anywhere on the shelf, like I said, I got batch 28, and who's got the? Someone's got the batch 6. Where are we at? Louis. Yeah, Louis the 5th. He had batch 6 from what he says. He's got batch 6. I don't know if it's the same notes that you got on yours, but a lot of raisins, I'm, uh, yeah, very fruity. So this is good, and it's what did I say, 108, 106 something. Doesn't taste it at all. So this is actually I think a sleeper. But if you see it on a shelf, get it. I'd probably pay 70, 80 bucks for this thing. I'm getting no hug on this thing. Zero hug. I don't think, 100 and, what to say, so 108.6. It's not tasting 108.6. If I had to guess, this is probably in the high 90s, maybe mid 90s. No hug, no nothing. So but this is very fruity. It's creamy, a lot of vanilla. Oh, yeah, I'm looking for. Oh, Bob Loves Whiskey, man. Hey, man, I subscribe to your channel. Love your little barbecue mixing in with your the whiskey stuff. Like it, love it, man. Yeah, this one is very creamy, peaches, vanilla, and then kind of on the backside there, I'm getting light oak, nothing crazy with the oak, but getting a little bit of oak and some fruit, some dark, some red fruits types in there. So this is good. This is this one here. I'll be honest with you, if depending, I'm sure the batches might be a little bit different, nothing crazy, but with this thing, if I go and I see it on the shelf, I'll probably buy it. For MSRP, I'll buy another one just to have, because I think it's that good. It's nothing crazy, nothing too strong or peaks at one end or whatever. It's very creamy and it's very smooth. Does not taste 108 proof. It's good. So if you guys see it out there, get it. It's worth it. It's what MSRP 65, and I think we got it in Kentucky for like 59, 60 bucks. Anything between MSRP 65 to 75, I think it's well worth it. James E. Pepper, man, those guys are making some good stuff. The one bottle that I got up in Idaho, it was kind of thin. This ain't thin. I think this is just right. So. Oh, geez, I got a lot going on here. Had to ask the wife to figure it out. Oh, man, I'm missing all kinds of stuff. I'm not sure now. My decanter says batch 6. Okay, Tater Dom got 6. I understand I had to ask my wife to figure it out. Oh, to get on the chat there? I don't know. Ron, did you end up getting one of these things? I'm asking. I can't remember if you bought one of these things. You may have. I think we all walked out with one each. So, Tom from Evergreen, I think we had a blast there. So we ended up walking. We walked everywhere. So we put some serious miles on Saturday and Sunday. So we're starving. So if you look out of our hotel from Disto, they end up we can see a White Castle. I know White Castle. My wife is from New York. Huge on the East Coast. It's the shittiest burgers, but they're the little burgers, but it's great drunk food. So we've been drinking hammer. We drank quite a bit at Evergreen. We drank pretty good. Gotta say, we did pretty good. And we just did one pour now. All right, Ron. Oh, you cracked it open. All right, right on. Let me know, what batch is it? Is it the same batch, 28? Just verify. It's on the neck. So we end up going into White Castle because we've been walking everywhere. My batch is 6, 105. Okay, so each batch is a little bit different, but 108. So you probably got Ron, you probably got the same batch as I got, 108.6. So you probably got the batch 28. It's very creamy, this thing. I want to pour another one. It's that good. Screw it. I'm an adult. I'm growing up. I can pour some more. I'll drink with you, Ron, and Tater, and anybody else out there. I know, Jeff, you ain't got your bottle with you. You're out working. The after Evergreen, we went to Blending Place. Fucking Blending. But didn't we stop off? Didn't we? Didn't we stop off at the White Castle before the Blending Place, or we went to the Blending Place and then White Castle? I'm just curious. Anyways, Ron hooks everyone up. He pays. He goes, "Hey, we're going to go to a blending place. I paid for everyone. We're going to blend our own thing." And it's right next to the Louisville Slugger place where they make the Louisville Sluggers, where all the Major League Baseball players, are probably, I'm guessing 80% of the baseball players use Louisville Sluggers. So got some cool names on there. We went inside. Beautiful, cool place. Seen some history there. But right next door to that, it's a blending place. I got Elijah Craig's single barrel 94 proof store pick. Okay, that might be pretty good. The Elijah Craig, the store picks. High West Cast Streak finish in rum cast. There you go. Someone on there on the chat always hits me up about finished whiskeys, and I was going to mention that Jeff, sent me a picture. He goes, "Hey man, I got this High West, staying at a hotel in DC. Got a High West that was in some type of rum, cask, and he liked it, so he just put that thing out. He's having a sip with me. Hey, I'm glad everyone's out having a good, pour themselves a glass, having a good time. I'm telling a story. Ultimately, this is my therapy. I get to go out and go live, chat with a bunch of people on here, have a good, and just interact with you guys. I'm flapping my gums. I had a story to tell about going to Kentucky. My wife would give a shit about, me drinking booze or whatever. She'd, rather do her thing, so I'm doing mine. So, but I had a good, I got to say the Kentucky trick was, one that's going to stand out for the rest of my life unless I lose my mind and get dementia and be like Joe Biden. If that's the case, it's all forgotten. But it's I had so much fun, Ron, Paul, Jeff. I'm glad you guys, we had a great time. It couldn't be better, we all had a good time. We all had a blast. So anyways, we go to this blending. So we're blending our own stuff, and it's a little harder than what people think. It's not that easy. And you're talking about when these people do these blendings like Barrel or Bardstown, or these people, Frank August or whoever that do these blending, K-Luke, they do these blendings. It's harder than you think because you're trying to get a certain amount, and then you got to do the math and multiply it by how many, barrels, gallons, whatever you need to make it right. It's difficult, and to get the right taste. And I think out of all of us, Ron was the only one that bought his own bottle, and it did taste good. I had a sip of it. It tasted good, but the rest of us, we couldn't do it. So hopefully it did. Ron, you did it right, and you may end up, having a good bottle, and hopefully you cracked it open and tasted your work of art. So it was a good time. So then we ended up going to Newcastle. So we go to Newcastle, which is 1 street south of Maine. And I can't remember the street because I know the street north is Washington. I can't remember what the name of the street south. So we go to Newcastle just to try and soak up some of the booze that we've been drinking all day long. Well, you ever heard the phrase of crossing over the tracks? We crossed over the tracks. I didn't know 1 street separated it, but, Ron and, let's just, put in perspective here. Ron and Paul are half Mexican. Mexican and white. I'm a quarter Mexican and the rest white. And Jeff is 100% white. Red hair, you name it, he's white. Well, we were the only 4 people inside inside that restaurant. Newcastle? Newcastle. I forgot the name already. White Castle. I don't know why I say Newcastle. White Castle. White Castle. We were the only white people that were in there. But we filled the bellies up, loaded up, walked out, and kept drinking. So it was a good time. All right. I heard about the A overhaul. Tater Dom, you just cracked it open. I heard about the Mana whatever rye. Not bad for under 30 bucks. Yeah, I heard. I don't know where I heard it. The rye is supposed to be pretty good. So I'm actually going to go next time I go to a liquor store. I'm going to look for it because I heard that overhaul, great price for what you get. It's damn good. Not Newcastle. I know. I don't know why I said Newcastle. Why Castle? Yeah, we were the only. There was. It was just us. But yeah, everything was cool. We got our shitty burgers that I think the patties were so thin. I think it could have been just like lunch meat that was in there. But it's like my wife said, it's drunk food. So we filled up on there and we kept marching on doing our thing. So we had a good time. So then we roll into, I think, so that's Saturday, and I think, no, that was Sunday, and I can't remember if we went into Old Forester on Sunday or Saturday. So we go into Old Forester, pretty cool place, cool store. They basically, all these places basically sell what you can normally get on the shelves, bottle wise, so I ended up getting a shirt, but like I said, we had, our mission was to basically taste stuff that we probably wouldn't be able to taste based on availability and price. And I think we did, through Michner's, through Old Forester. Jim Beam wasn't anything crazy. We did some tasting with that. I know at Maker's Mark, I know Paul ended up getting the last year's Sellers collection, I believe, or whatever that was, and he loved it. And I go, hey, dude, hopefully they come out with it again. I actually asked the question, and they are going to come out with it again, for 2024, because it was such a big hit. Seller's Age or Seller's Collection. I didn't get one. I wanted to get one, but I think they were asking $150 for it. But hopefully I get one this year. I'll look for it. But Seller's Age, I think is what it's called. Paul ended up getting a glass of it, and I took a sip of it. It was good. It was great. That's why it's on the top of everyone's list. Is probably one of the best bourbons of 2023. So, but I did ask. We're doing the tour, and they said they are going to come out with 2024, another one. So for those people that are kind of looking for that, for the like Ron says, overall, okay, Old Forester was Saturday. Overall, I think Makers was probably the best area, the best tour of the whole thing. I thought it was the best. If I had to rank him, it was Makers first, Jim Beam second, and Heaven Hill third. But they were all great. But it was just the experience was so much fun. Yeah. So I'm going with Ron on this thing. Yeah, Old Forester was Saturday. So I get things, I get things mixed up. I don't know why. Losing my mind. But Old Forester was Saturday. Sunday was, I'm glad you fellas were able to try the bourbon 117 and the President's Choice. Hey, that flight was so much fun. And Ron, you can chime in. I don't know if you got that flight, but I know Jeff got it too because I think I bought his flight. It was the the birthday, son of a bitch, the birthday bourbon, the 117, and the President's. I did it only because it's so hard to get those things, and they were probably the best I had out of the whole trip. Yeah, the best flight. Jeff agrees too. That flight just, it just, you can't top it. I really, out of everything that we did, Michener's was fun. They had, the stuff that we got to try there. Makers was very good too. But I think the Old Forester, that flight that we got, was probably my number one out of all of them. And you know what? It was 50 bucks. 50 bucks is, expensive for three, glasses, but it's worth it because we may never be able to taste it again. You know, if we ever, if we ever had to, if the reason why I liked it so much is, we had a chance to taste stuff that we probably would never get. And I thought, that was a great, that was probably the highlight, for tasting. But the ambiance and everything, I think the visual, the green, the buildings, everything like that, I think Makers won out of all that. I think Makers was beautiful. Beautiful, and I recommend. And along with our driver, I can't remember her name. If you guys remember the driver's name, female, she's about our age, great lady. She drove like a fucking maniac. Loved it. She drove that car like it was stolen because she needed to get us there on time. And her goal was to get us on time on what we needed to get to. Loved every bit of it. Thought it was great. Thought she was funny. Had a lot of history, knew knowledge, knew everything, and anything that we asked, she had an answer for it, and it was correct. John Martisish, good Lord, watching from Montana, right on. Hey, John, how you doing, man? Currently drinking Evan Williams Bottle and Bond, very tasty, right on. All right, Ron, I don't know why your brother can't figure this out, but John jumps on YouTube and kicks ass and throws something in there. Unreal. Drinking Evan Williams Bottle and Bond, tasty, couple nights. Okay, Jeff, we missed out on that Tater. It was all booked up. What did Tater put out there? Did I miss something? On Tater, he threw something out there. Jody, great gal. Her whole thing was just to get us on time to where we needed to go, and she was rock solid. So, all right. So we got brother ragging on brother here. All right. Why am I missing some of this stuff on some of these? What you got to show Tater. Glad you guys fellow were able to bourbon 117 present. Okay. No, we did not pour our own bottles at Mick. No, we did not. All right. So another one that we got, I showed. I think we all got this one, the Jim Beam Double Oak, because they I don't know if it's a scam or what they did. A Jim Beam Double Oaked. I think it's only out in Kentucky. That is where it's released. And I actually cracked this thing open, and like I say, it's as much as it's a twist off top, I like saying it's a screw off top. It's a screw off top. James E. Pepper, if you guys get this decanter or you can see it and it's worth, it's MSRP 65 bucks. If you get it for even 75 bucks, it's worth it, maybe even 80. It's definitely worth it. It's good. It's a little subtle. Does not taste 108 proof. It's a definite buy if you guys are out there and you see it on the shelf. Get it. It's worth it. It's actually a good bottle, and if I go, Total Wine or whatever, if I see it, I'll just pick another one up. Even though it's a different batch, I'll pick one up just because it's that good. Yeah, no, we pouring our own mixtures. No, he's all right. We got stuff going here. We missed out on Tater. It was all booked up. What did we miss out on? Watching. Okay, John, glad to see you. Glad you're on. Yeah, John, if you can, talk to Ron so he can talk to his brother Paul. He can't even, comment on stuff. That guy would be rattling all kinds of stuff out on there. Yeah, so we all got, like Ron says, it's not available in California. I'm sure, they say it's all in Kentucky, but, probably the surrounding area, probably 15 states, not us. That's why we all picked it up, the Double Oak. This Double Oak, it's pretty good. I actually tasted it for a 25, what did they say, $25 bottle. It's well worth it. Well, well worth it. It's, you don't get, it's not like the peanut, like people say on the Jim Beam or the Knob Creek or anything like that. It's well, at least, all right, so if you guys are out there and you hear me ragging on Paul, I go, Paul for some reason can't comment. He's texting me and he goes, "Hey, I'm watching you live. I just can't comment, jerk." So it's, if he's able to get on that chat, he'd be ragging on, you know, Ron like his nose. But his brothers, brothers are gonna rag on each other. It's like that. Some of you guys might understand. Seeing the Little Rascals when they're racing to get upstairs and one's pulling the other down and just fighting. That's what brothers do. That's how they work. Me and my brother did it. I'm sure Ron and Paul did it when they were kids too. I don't know what I was looking up here, but it's they say it's not available in California. That's why we all jumped on it. They could have bullshitted us and sold 4 bottles of this to 4 people. So they're making money. So yeah, Jeff said pouring our own Mishners, missed out on it. Yeah, no, we didn't do the tour. I think we weren't able to get into the tour. We were lucky to shoot the shit with the guy that's doing the security there, and we got up to the bar and we kind of did our own thing there. So, tasted some bottles that we'd probably never see again. Yeah, poor Paul's getting pissed. He's texting. He's going to be texting all of us because he can't get on, on the chat. And like I told Ron, hey, just go down to the comment, tap on it. It's going to open up a little, section there. You can start typing. Just type. And I know Paul's motherfucking us like it's no one's business. So, hey, John, it's good to have you here, man. Hey, hopefully, I bet you the weather's great up there in Montana. Probably, what, 50, 60, 70s? Good to have you, man. Good to have you. And you're drinking Evan Williams. Hey, rumor has it that your son-in-law is heading up there shortly to bring you some bottles. Enjoy them. And if anyone out there, John lives up in Montana. Ron got married up there last summer. And it's they say it's state-run, but I found some good bottles up there. But the better prices are down in California, so Ron, his son-in-law, will load up, get the request, get the list from John, and they're heading up there probably within the week to take some bottles, visit, and I think Ron's eventually and his wife going to be heading up there to build a place up there, which is very cool. Montana's beautiful up there. It's beautiful. We took a trip up there. We did a huge road trip last year, back in the summer. Beautiful up there. 74. Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, I think we tapped out here at 85 today. Sunny, a little bit of clouds, but yeah, a little muggy for California. Yeah, got a little heat wave going on up there, 74. But how the horses doing up there? Beautiful. Get out there in your tractor and do what people that own little property up there. It's beautiful. So, beautiful house. Thanks for entertaining up there. Yeah, Ron's pretty much bootlegging. He's bootlegging, taking stuff up there. He's got I don't think he's making a profit up there. I think he just does it and then pays the rent when he goes up there, when he builds his place. So, this thing here, the double oak, it's a bit thin, but it's very tasty. And I don't, I got Knob Creeks, I got Bookers, I got Bakers, I got all these things there. But I don't think I've ever had a bottle of just straight Jim Beam. So I can't really compare it to it. But this thing, it's got some richness, but it's actually thin at the same time. It's not proofy at all. What do they say? It's, goddamn, throwing my glasses, 86 proof. This is child's play. Child's play compared to what I got over here. And what we normally drink. You and your lovely wife are welcome anytime. Well, thank you, John. I appreciate it. Had a great time. We were up there. Got a beautiful house, beautiful piece of land there. You know, it's. Maybe I need a little more green in my life, and we're actually contemplating on moving out places, and it's kind of leaning more towards green areas. So but I've been in the desert. My other place out in Arizona, it's nothing but fucking dirt. It's so dirt. I had to go out there because we had some people coming out to rip out our plants because I was tired of digging up sprinkler lines to repair them. I'm done. So we had everything ripped out. So we're going metal art. I don't know if anybody knows about metal art. It's basically metal art that you stake in the ground. It's art because the dirt, the sun out there just bakes the shit out of everything, and it leaks constantly in the water line. So I had to shut the water off. I was tired of it, for the sprinklers. So, but what sucks too is you got the wind. So, I get a call from the neighbors like, hey, yeah, your fake cactus fell over, or your roadrunner fell over. I'm like, it never ends. So, yeah, no, good. I'm glad we got a bunch of people in there. Too bad Paul's having a rough time. He can't figure out YouTube. Can't comment. Because I'm sure he's texting us, saying bad things to us. Yeah, he's losing his mind. I'm just trying to see. and then Ron just kind of zings him with, "Hey, you figure it out yet, Paul?" Yeah, no. I think Paul gave up. Paul's in his kitchen drinking. Like, yeah, I'm just gonna listen to Matt talk shit and watch my brother and John and Jeff talk shit. So, all right. This live stream's been rocking for at least an hour and 22 minutes. And you know what? I'm not getting a hard time, but it's coming. Because she's going to be wondering what the hell's going on. Why are you out there for more than an hour? I got friends. And I got no dogs wandering around. I bet you she shut the back door. So... Oh, yeah. Well, those Ron and Paul, they're UFC people. That kind of tells you how much that... no, I don't think Ron ever went to USC. Paul went to USC. I'm guessing. Not 100% sure. I know Ron didn't. But they're USC fans because his dad was a USC graduate fan, and I did the whole USC cult bullshit. I don't get it, but all I know is OJ died. OJ died not too long ago. He had it. So, all right. I think I'm going to start winding this thing down, because I'm going for 123 minutes. I'm glad John jumped in. Tater, Buddhist, love it, man. Ron, thank you very much for jumping in and figure out YouTube and make comments. Paul, I know you're listening. Got to figure it out, man. You got a good education. Jeff, you're out there working your ass off, taking photos, doing your thing. Taking pictures for a good cause. It's good. Keep doing what you're doing, man. I just wanted to get it off my chest. It's like I said, it's kind of like my therapy. Because I try and talk to my wife Stephanie, and she can give a fuck about me talking about this stuff, and she does her thing, and it's nice to get to a community. Had a great time out in Kentucky with some great dudes. We had a blast, and throughout this whole thing, I just wanted to get out there and share. I've got a couple reviews that are already scheduled. I think the last one's going to be on the 22nd. I think it's the holiday soft red wheat brick house. I got the Ben Holiday bourbon whiskey brick house. And I think those are the last two, and I think the barrel batch 31, which may have come out, or the 27th. I don't have anything else recorded, but I kind of had to front load some stuff. I'm going to be kind of away from any type of live streams or anything like that. I got my, I'm flying out Monday to Texas. I'm flying back out to my house in California on Tuesday. I'm bringing my daughter and her baby girl, brand new baby girl, 11 days old, and my grandson Matthew, he's 3 years. Gonna fly back out just to help her out. She's gonna stay out here for about a week, so my hands are gonna be full next week. The Jim Beam Double Oak, it's good. Me personally, I think it's a little thin, but it's actually pretty. You don't taste the thick double barrel or the double oak, because they say it's double oak twice barrel. Double barrel? I don't know if they just needed to put some more letters on the label. Double oak twice barrel. So it's double barrel. It's you get a little more richer, softer, deeper vanillas and a little almost borderline chocolate in there on this thing. But it's thin. It's 86 proof. I think if it came out at a cask strength, I think it'd be fucking great. I think it tastes phenomenal. And I said the word phenomenal. I think it's worth it. It's worth the $25. If you can get it, $25 all day long. If for the budget type stuff, Old Tub is $20. I think the Evan Williams Bottle and Bond, I think that's $15. They're all comparable, but I think this kind of stands out a little better because it gives you a little more richer flavors in there. You have a awesome setup. Oh, well, you know what? It's this setup here. This is my backyard. I got a pool in the back. Little area over here. It's a fire pit. We used to have grass. Dogs kill the grass constantly, so we got rocks out there. Fire pit, 6 chairs. It's basically a party pit, and where the area is where I'm actually right now, the bar is called the Plum Tree, and it used to be way back when, before we changed it over, we had a plum tree over here with just grass. It's basically just a dead, grassy area. I'm like, I want to build a little patio, whatever. So I got a bar, which is, I think I measured it out. Shit, it's probably, I want to say 15 yardish. Barbecue vent. I got a fridge. I got a table right over here. Because beyond the camera, from what you see, so if you see my hand here, from about here, I probably got another 15 feet. So it's basically a side yard. We got a patio cover. It's solid. When we did construction on the house. And we actually spend more time out here than we do anything else. We got a TV here, right around the corner. You'll see there's another TV, so you can see from the jacuzzi if you want to watch it. So we can watch live games. We have a lot of parties here. My wife likes, having people over and partying. Her big thing is Halloween. She likes partying. She's a party. She's a party girl. So I agree 100%. It was a hair thicker, it would be better. Yeah, I think that if they had this thing at 100 proof, I think it'd be a solid, but they'd raise the price on us, so they'd probably crank it up to, probably be a $40 bottle. That's just me. I'm ready to try the new Jim Beam, aged 7 years. No, I have seen that out there. I've seen it on advertisements and YouTube, whatever. I think this is the next best thing. Maybe this might be the hidden gem out of all of them. Stop bragging. Stop bragging. Bragging about what? I'm not bragging. I'm just saying this is what I got. If we put this thing in here, got a dude that gave me a pretty good deal on it. I got a good little setup here. Everybody likes it. Jeff, you like hanging out here. It's a good little setup. So, and if you're really, really interested, you can actually jump off the roof and make it into the pool. And I've done it. It'd take me a while to pull that thing up. Not just one TV, but two TVs. Yeah, I got two TVs. Two. I could put a hockey game, which is now hockey season. This is the playoff times. Me, if I had to predict, the finals are going to be Colorado and Florida. I could be wrong, but, that's my thing. I'm a Kings fan because born and raised in California. Got to be a Kings fan. They got knocked out right off the get-go. Then my Golden Knights got knocked out right off the get-go. The second round. Second round? No, they got knocked out in the first round. So, I got really no... I got no dog in the fight, but if I had to pick Colorado on the west and Florida's going to be on the East Coast side. I think they're actually going to beat Boston. Boston's good. I think Florida's going to take them. Yeah, no, I enjoy life, man. Lopez, Florida's up 1-0. Yeah, no, I know. Florida's up right now. I'll tell you that the player that I like, he's a fucking asshole. Kachuk. That dude is a fucking asshole, but he actually, the last game that they had, he goes straight for Panera. Third period, whatever, he just jumps over the bench, drops his glove, goes straight for Panera. And Panera is a solid, technical player. He's very good, but he will fight. But, in hockey, it's worse to not fight him than to get your ass kicked. So Panera stood up, got his ass kicked, took it like a fucking man, because Panera's he's a savage when it comes to, fighting. And you know what? It's a lopsided game. That's where the fight's going to happen. So they both got thrown out. That's the way it works. Hockey is should be the way life is. If you got an issue with somebody, you fucking duke it out. You sit in the fucking bench for 5 minutes. Problem solved. Your buddies. 2 years down the road, these guys might be playing on the same team. So that's just how it works in hockey. I like watching the boys because and what's great about watching hockey is when the commercials come, it's going to be 1 minute and 30 seconds because that's the way hockey works. You'll never ever. You'll get 3 commercials between, the commercial breaks. But, some of these, like football, man, they drag out. You'll get 4 or 5 minutes worth of commercials before the play starts. It's horrible. Soccer. I don't even watch soccer. That's horrible. That's torture. Wrong. The Rangers are the team this year. No, hey, Buddhist, I'll give it to you. Rangers do look good. Rangers look great. But... I think I'm rooting against the Rangers because my wife's from New York, and that's a good way to pick a fight. Yeah, your Rangers suck, and then she'll start fighting with me. But Rangers are good. Rangers are a solid team. Wrong, Buddhist. All right, wrong. The Rangers are the team this year. All right, I get it. I was hoping the Golden Knights. I was hoping the Golden Knights too, but they just didn't have it. They didn't have it. Kings, I knew they were going to lose, and they lost right up the get-go. Oilers were too tough on the Kings. They got eliminated quick. It was 4-1, I think. I think Kings won 1 game. So, to me, hockey, out of all the sports, baseball, soccer, football, whatever, it's probably the hardest in the playoffs based on how much it has to go in to win, the cup. It's that hard. So the Rangers have quit. Yeah, you know what? I'm a Quick fan. He won 2 with the Kings. He won 1 with the Golden Knights. It'd be nice to walk around with 4 cup win rings on your hand. But I have yet to see Quick play in the playoffs, but he's there. He's on the roster, so it'd be nice to see Quick do it. But he's he's at the end of his career. He's great. He's got back issue, hip issues, but I think he's hanging on. making $900,000 a year this year as a goalie. Usually goalies, top goalies are making, 3 to 5 million a year. So it's, it's a great playoff season. You know, the games are going right now. I think the East Coast games are going right now. For some reason I got, I got Paul struggling, but I think with the East Coast teams they're going right now. It's Panthers and Bruins. They're up 1-0. Series is tied 1-1. I'm hoping everyone. Marchand on the Bruins, I just want to punch him in the face and fuck up his big ass nose. He's a little chump, but he's a good player. That's the way it works. Buddha's got a little return of the goon. Yeah, Matt Rippey is fun to watch and love seeing the enforce. Yeah, you know what? Hockey is a great game because, like I said, you could fight a dude just because, and you look worse if you don't want to fight him. It's like the what was it, New Jersey and the Rangers, before in the regular season towards the end there, where everyone dropped their gloves. That's how hockey should be, man. That's how life should be. Life should be like that. If you got a problem with somebody, you square up. If you can't converse, you guys are gonna fight. Me and my age, Jeff, Ron, Paul, I don't know how old everybody is. Even John Marshall, if you had a problem with somebody and you couldn't talk it out, you guys went to blow and you fought, but yet once that was done, you guys were cool because you guys respected each other because you guys did what you did. It's how it works. But see, the society now has gotten so bad that everyone's soft. You look at someone at the wrong way, or you say something, they get offended. Now you're getting sued or whatever because everybody's got a lawyer. Everybody. Yeah, that's just me. Yeah. Oh my God, did Paul make it? You cannot be a Kings fan and like Vegas. Holy shit, Paul, how'd you figure out this fucking, chat? God damn. No, see, the reason why, I'm a California kid. I get it. I'm born and raised. I'm always been a King fan. I've been around with, Gretzky and, what was the enforcer back in the day? Irish guy. He'd just fight anybody. I remember back in the day, Mick Sorley. Mick Sorley just fucking beat anybody up that looked at Gretzky the wrong way. Always been a fan since then. So late 80s. When this whole COVID bullshit and this woke crap and BLM bullshit and the Kings went fucking woke, I wrote them off. And I went with the Golden Knights, and because they didn't go woke. And I still got still deep inside, I still got the Kings still in on my side, but I knew the Kings were going to get their ass kicked in the first round. I was hoping the Knights were going to do it. They got a lot of Kings players on that side, doing their thing, kicking ass for the Golden Knights. Yeah, that's the way it works, man. Sorry, Paul. I almost threw my iPad at the wall, Paul. You had to get Kelly to figure out your iPad. All right. Yeah. No, half of the Vegas squad, are the defensemen. You got Martinez. You got what's the other that black dude? That defenseman that just destroys people. Yeah, it's they got a lot of people on the Vegas. That's why I went to Vegas. Now I just use Vegas as my backup because the Kings aren't going to do it. They got a very young crew. If anything, it's going to take at least 5 years for them to do it. And by then, Doughty's old, Kopitar's old, all these old guys that are making a boatload of money, while Mike Richards are still making money, and he's been retired for 10 years, making money off the Kings. So it's they spend a lot of money in the wrong places, but you're never going to get the 2013, 2014, 2015 crew. From the Kings. It's not going to happen for a long time. So it's a young generation. It's these guys are McSorley, 100% McSorley. Yeah, he fucked up anything. He just liked to fight, and they don't have it as more. They have more skilled players out there, but it's tough. Yeah, and Marticic has been around longer than all of us, since '67. He's been around for a while. 100% agree. Old Forester Flight was amazing. Makers was beautiful. Seller's Age, yeah. Hey, Paul, thank God you're fucking late to the game, because we talked about this thing probably about an hour ago, and you're just trying to figure out. Thank you, Kelly. Tell Kelly thank you, Danny, to figure out your iPad to get you on this chat. Heaven Hill was disappointing. I wouldn't say disappointing. It came in third. It could have been better, but they pump out a lot of stuff. They have a lot of history. It's cool. Vegas, go Kings, go. I get it. You're committed. You're an SC fan. I get it. Paul, see, everyone in the chat is wondering where the hell Paul's at. Here he comes. He's coming. He's coming in full force. I was listening. Yeah, Paul is angry. That's what you get for being an educated USC person. Yeah. So, no, Paul, like I said, you heard me listening. I had so much fun with you and your brother, Jeff, out in Kentucky. If I could do it again, I want to do it with you guys again. I think we'd have a fucking blast. We check out other distilleries and things like that. 100%, I think everybody agrees in the group that, went out there. Makers was first, Jim Beam was second, Heaven Hill was second, third, I'm sorry, was third. So it was fun. I had a great time. Our driver was great. The dinner was great. Lunch was great. It's one of those experiences that, can you try and top it? No, I'd be happy doing roughly the same thing, but doing a tour at different distilleries out of the whole thing. I think it's an experience, and if you guys can afford it, it's not cheap. It's going to cost you a few $1,000s to do everything like that, get everything scheduled. But for that few $1,000s, it's going to be an experience that's going to stick with you for a lifetime. I forget shit. I'm glad Jeff, Ron, and Paul jump on here to, Ron's a little late to the game, but Paul's a little late to the game. Tell me about, names, places that we went to, but, it was so much fun. Hopefully I never forget it. It's great dudes I got to hang out with, and there was no bitching, no complaining. We had fun. It was fun. It was a bunch of old guys, I know, Paul, you're younger than all of us. Bunch of old guys going out being kids and having fun. It's not like we were at the disco. We were doing what older people do. We had a good time. Yeah, no, next year we can go again. Yeah, Jeff, I'm on it. I think it'd be fun. Maybe we go check out, like Paul says, Four Roses, Buffalo Trace, Wild Turkey. I think that'd be fun too. I think those would be great. I think that those are great distilleries that we can go take a look at. Stay at the same place, because I had no problem going to Old Forester or walking around. I thought it was good. We stayed, we burned off all the booze that we put in our system by walking. So, start planning. A lot younger than you. Come on, Paul. Come on, dude. I know you're younger, Paul. Have you broken 50 yet? Jim Beam Double Oak is mild. Yes, it's thin. That's thin, mild, same thing. Yeah, 100%, Ron. 100%. But the flavor's good. The flavor that's good, but it's kind of thin. But if they made it 100 proof, I think it'd be much better. Just because the proof is going to bring out more flavors in that bottle. So, I'm in. Let me know. All right, Buddha. We'll all meet up out there, but you can't go on the Derby weekend, which is the first week of May, I believe. It's Madhouse. We went the week before, which was good. You know, if the PBR's there, maybe we ought to, get one day, go to the PBR and watch the bull riding. I think it'd be fun. Kelly's staring at me listening to this. Kelly, we had a good time out there. We had fun. We got to drink. We got to just be a bunch of middle age. I don't know. Middle age is what, 40 to 60? Is that the technical term of middle age? You know, a bunch of middle-aged guys that go out and have fun. Shit. We all go back to our rooms fucking spent, drunk, and snoring. We're all snoring. I thought I didn't snore because I'm fucking with Jeff. He's snoring. He's like, no, hey, asshole, listen to this recording. Me snoring. We're fucking snoring. A bunch of old guys, That's just the way it works. Now, yeah, good flavor and good for 25 bucks. Yeah, for 25 bucks, I think it's great for the flavor. Me, personally, I think it's thin for the double oak of Jim Beam. I have no broke 50. What the hell, Paul? No broke 50? No broke 50. Oh, no, you're probably, what, 49, 53? Buddha, 53 here, retired PD. All right, Buddha. Plenty of time on my hands. I'm ready for Kentucky. Hey, Buddha, where'd you work, man? Just give me a city where you're at. I'm 53. I was leading up to get off, to wrap this thing up and give you the lowdown on what's going on with me. But yeah, Buddha, you brought me in, man. You pulled me back in. 53, retired. Buddha, what city did you work at? Jeff's retired from PD, and he's glad to be done. God damn, I'm running out of glasses here. All right, since everybody's coming clean, Paul's about ready to, I'm sorry, Ron's about ready to wrap things up. He's got, what, maybe half a year left. He's done. Paul's got to work for a couple more years. Buddha, Lisbon, New Jersey. All right. Fuck yeah. I think Jeff knows a buddy out of New Jersey on the police department. And I've been keeping it kind of quiet. I'm still on the job, so I don't really talk much. I got to wait until I retire to talk about it, just so any repercussion or them coming after me saying whatever. But I'm going to get this thing out there right now. The reason why I did this live stream is I'm going in on the 22nd. I got to get a hip replacement, just because it's tore up. I'm going to heal up, and then I'm finally retired. I'm off the job out of LA. So that'll give me, I'll be 55 by then. And the, it's, I abuse, anybody that's in that line of work, you abuse your body, you work it, you beat it up, but you keep going back to work. But, in this, this day and age, I'm 55, you get a pension, get to enjoy it, and get to enjoy life. But you put the wear and tear on your body, and you got to get yourself fixed. I'm getting myself fixed through work, and I'll be retiring, and hopefully I can keep doing this channel, because I get, I like doing this live stream because it's a lot of fun. I get to interact with a lot of good people. I'm looking at this 53 retired PD. Good for you, Buddhist. I love it. 55 Jeff. I know you're retired. Ready, read Dork. I have not broke 50. Paul, I was guessing you're either like 49, 50. I wasn't 100% sure. You're still a good-looking dude. Even my daughter said, "Wow, I didn't know." Ron had a good-looking brother. And I'm like, Maddie, stop. Anyways, Ron will be 52. I figured Ron was a year younger than me. Sorry, Paul. Let's go Mets. Oh yeah, no, that's right. Paul's a fucking huge New York dude. All right, we got a little fighting going on here. Paul, let's go Mets. I have 1.5. Yeah, Paul's got a 1.5 year. Okay, yeah. No one cares about baseball. All right, not really. Yeah, but I know Paul's got a tattoo of New York Yankees on his bicep. He's committed. Uh, Shit, man, I hate that. Yeah, no, I'm not too worried about the hip replacement. It's I got a good doctor, Dr. Snibby out of Mid City there. He's good. He worked on my wife's. She's got. He worked on both her hips, doing good. Buddy of mine got a hip replacement from him, working out great. I'm not too worried about it. I think I'll be okay. But like I said, the whole point is, what I was trying to lead up to, and this chat is kicking ass. I love it. The whole point was, I was going to let you guys know I was going to be away from it for a little while because of the recovery. I got to go in on the 22nd, but hopefully within a week I'm up and running. I'll do another live chat, but I don't have anything scheduled except for our trip in Kentucky. I'm editing that. It's a lot of footage. It's going to take a little bit, and I have to do some voiceovers on that, and it's going to be the first time being able to do that. I think it'll be a new thing for me to do, and I think it'll be interesting doing some voiceovers. On the technical term of learn how to do it, but that's what keeps me busy, keeps my brain functioning. But with the hip replacement, I'm not too worried about it. I've been working, I've been walking, exercising, stretching, doing everything that the doctor's been telling me to do, so the recovery is quick. So I'm not too worried. So I just, this is probably going to be the last day I get to drink. Maybe tomorrow or the next day, so I can dry out for the surgery, so there's no complications, whatever. So so I can recover. Sooner I recover, sooner I get to get online. And I think this live stream is a lot of fun. So I got, with the chat going. I got brand, all right. So I got the brothers ripping on each other's. Yeah, no, Buddhists, no, you got to get things fixed, and the department wants you to do it. Get yourself fixed. Jeff got his shoulder worked on. Ron's getting knees and back and stuff. You got to get the stuff fixed because, it's all done from, it's not like we're sitting behind a desk pushing paper. You're working. You're climbing fences. You're chasing people. You're stepping in potholes. It's everything. You're carrying that, 20, 30 pounds of weight around your waist, the vest, everything. It beats you up. And the city, takes the liability of the abuse they get from you, that you endure to protect and serve. So, come on, man. Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm trying to read and talk at the same time. It's kind of tough. I can walk and chew gum. I've been doing it all my life. Uh, you know, uh, all right. All right. So we got all kinds of, I got the brother Lopez's fucking ripping on each other. So, so, all right. So, see, you got to understand everybody else outside of me, Jeff, Ron, and Paul. This is what I got to, live with for 4 days in Kentucky, having a good time. So it's constant ragging, having fun, putting, put the screws of everybody. If they're gonna make fun of you, they're gonna, do all kinds of shit, slap you in the head, take a picture of you sleeping. This is what cops do. This is what, friends do. We have a good time, making fun of each other. But you know, I don't know about Widow Jane. Didn't someone buy up Widow Jane? I don't know. So, wrap it up, boys. All right, Kelly is telling Paul to wrap things up, but she's telling us. Kelly, beautiful lady, sweetheart. I am going to wrap things up. So I'm just letting you guys know I'm wrapping this thing up. Jim Beam Double Oak, you see it out there, get it. James E. Pepper, the decanter bottle, get it. MSRP. I finished up the E.H. Taylor single barrel. And if you guys see the Barstown Discovery Series number 11, if you see it, anything under 140 bucks, if you wait a little bit, it's going to go down in price. It's well worth it. I did not bust out a cigar. I've been meaning to get a cigar every time on some of the chats. Guy goes, hey man, you smoke cigars, whatever, what flavors, this and that. I don't get around to a lot of it. But hey, everybody in this chat, Jeff, Paul, Ron, John, thank you very much. Buddhist, hey dude, I'm glad you're retired. Enjoy life. There's life after working. You guys are great. I'm just letting you know I'm going to be out of the pocket a little bit for probably 2 weeks, hopefully 3 weeks. In 4 weeks, hopefully I could do another live stream and everyone jump in. Everybody, jump into my channel. If you haven't subscribed, jump on it. Subscribe, hit the bell, get notified. Hey, watch some of the reviews. I'm not there to be a complete expert person on tasting. I'm just there to let you know if that taste that you're getting from the bottle is it worth the price. Because I don't want anyone out there getting ripped off. So, yeah, no, with the, Bob loves whiskey. Hey, dude, you're a solid dude, man. Hey, I want the channel to grow, and the best way to do it, you tell your friends, anybody, you go to a party, you go to, hanging out. Hey, just spread the word. Hey, subscribe to this channel because I don't want to break the bad news to anybody, but there's a lot of bots on YouTube because there's times when I get notified if somebody subscribes, I get an email. When I know it's a bot, my number will go up or two, and then all of a sudden the next week it'll drop off. I'll get notified if somebody subscribes to me. And the only way that people subscribe, all you guys out there, if all you guys tell a friend or whatever, hey, if you guys like bourbon stuff, this guy, he's done some reviews on some bottles that you might be interested in. He'll tell you if it's worth it or not, if it tastes good or not. So I'd rather go the old grouse roots, work the hard way to, word of mouth, and, I could jump off the roof and post it and probably get a million views if I crack my head open, but I'm not going to do it. I'd rather, it's the content that matters. It's, not the look. So, Paul. Yeah. Paul, I love you to death, man. Love you. All right, guys. Yeah, no heavy lifting on this, complete fuck up at the beginning on technical issues, which is my issues. So, hey, everybody out there, thank you very much for watching. Watch again. And I'll probably be back with you in a month. I'm hoping for a month. Got to go for pre-op next week and the week after I get the surgery. So, good on, Bob. Support each other. Yeah, hey, Bob loves whiskey, man. You're a solid dude, man. I watch your stuff. Love it. You always blend whiskey with barbecues. That's fucking great, man. Love it. And all the other guys out there, it's thank you very much. This actually live stream, Buddhist, live your life, man. I know you're retired. Spread the word to the other buddies out there. I know you drink with them, talk to them. Spread the word on this channel. Get some more views. It was actually a good time. I actually had a blast on this. Ron, Jeff, Buddha, Tater, all you guys, if I haven't called your name out, thank you very much for watching this thing. It was actually a lot of fun. We knocked out 2 hours of this thing. So, hey, next time, man. All right, I'll talk to you later. Later.